Frontline Updates, where we delve deep into military strategies and updates from conflict zones. Today, we're discussing the progress of the ongoing special military operation as of February 18th, 2025. I'm your host, Sharefa Mohammed MGT.
I'm Colonel A.C. Oguntoye, an Infantry Officer. Equipment and personnel losses. Ukrainian forces reportedly suffered extensive losses, including servicemen, tanks, armored vehicles, and artillery units. Specific high-value equipment like U.S.-made armored vehicles and NATO artillery pieces were mentioned. Secondly, Russian air defense systems reportedly shot down multiple enemy rockets and drones.
Welcome to Frontline Updates, your trusted source for the latest developments on security and defense operations involving military forces. I'm your host, and today we have an exclusive interview with Colonel A.C. Oguntoye, who will provide insights into the progress of the special military operation as of February 18th, 2025. Colonel Oguntoye, thank you for joining us.
Thank you. It's a pleasure to be here.
Let's start with the latest developments. What's the current status of the special military operation?
The armed forces of the Russian Federation continue to carry out decisive actions across multiple fronts. Our operations are focused on neutralizing Ukrainian military capabilities, securing strategic positions, and degrading their ability to launch counterattacks. Over the past 24 hours, our forces have inflicted significant losses on Ukrainian troops and military equipment across several regions.
Let's break this down by region. Can you provide an update on the Kharkiv front?
In the Kharkiv direction, our North Group of forces engaged Ukrainian territorial defense brigades near Volchansk. The enemy suffered losses of up to 25 personnel and 2 vehicles. These actions are part of our broader strategy to weaken their defensive lines and disrupt their logistics.
What about Donetsk and Luhansk? Have there been any significant developments there?
Yes, there have been notable advancements. Our West Group of forces successfully liberated the settlement of Yampolovka in the Donetsk People's Republic. In addition, we dealt substantial blows to Ukrainian formations in Lozovaya, Zagoroykivka, Sverdlovka, Novolyubovka, and Kolodez. The Ukrainian side lost over 205 troops, along with 2 U.S.-made M113 armored personnel carriers, 8 vehicles, and 5 field artillery pieces, 4 of which were supplied by NATO countries. Additionally, we destroyed a Grad multiple launch rocket system, an electronic warfare station, and an ammunition depot.
That's a significant shift. What about the Southern Group of forces?
The Southern Group of troops made gains by securing more advantageous positions and dismantling Ukrainian mechanized and airmobile brigades in Seversk, Konstantinovka, Chasov Yar, Ivanopoly, and Ulikli in Donetsk. The enemy's losses in this sector amounted to 210 personnel, as well as a U.S.-made HMMWV armored vehicle, 2 cars, and 2 artillery pieces.
And how are operations progressing for the Center Group of forces?
The Center Group continued to improve its frontline positions, striking Ukrainian formations across multiple settlements, including Dmitrov, Myrolyubovka, Zverevo, Elizavetovka, and Novoandrievka. The enemy suffered over 295 personnel losses, along with a tank, 6 armored combat vehicles, including another American M113 armored personnel carrier, 8 pickup trucks, and 10 field artillery pieces. Notably, this included a U.S.-made 155mm Paladin self-propelled artillery unit.
It seems that Ukrainian forces are facing heavy losses. What updates do you have from the Eastern Front?
Our East Group of forces continues to push deeper into Ukrainian defenses. The enemy suffered 175 personnel losses in Konstantinopol, Razlev, Berlitskoy, Novosayolka, and Guliapol. Additionally, they lost 4 armored combat vehicles, 2 cars, and 4 artillery pieces.
There have also been reports of engagements in the Zaporizhia and Kherson regions. What can you tell us about those?
Yes, our Dnepr group of forces effectively engaged Ukrainian mechanized and coastal defense brigades in Novoandrievka, Novodanilovka, Tokarevka, Nikolskoye, and Pridneprovskoye. Ukrainian forces lost up to 70 personnel, 3 vehicles, and a self-propelled artillery unit in these areas.
Beyond direct combat, how have air and missile forces contributed to the operation?
Our operational tactical aviation, missile forces, and strike drones have conducted precision strikes on military airfields, energy infrastructure, and key enemy positions. In the past 24 hours alone, we hit 144 enemy locations, causing considerable disruption to their command structure and supply lines. Additionally, our air defense systems successfully intercepted 14 rockets from the U.S.-supplied HIMARS multiple launch rocket system, along with 73 enemy drones.
There has also been an escalation in the Kursk region. What's the situation there?
In the Kursk direction, our North group of forces successfully repelled enemy advances and inflicted heavy losses on Ukrainian formations. We engaged 2 tank brigades, 5 mechanized brigades, 3 airborne assault brigades, and several other enemy units in settlements such as Gayvo, Goncharovka, Zamostai, and Sudza. Ukrainian forces attempted 2 counterattacks, both of which were neutralized. Our strikes in the Sumy region also targeted Ukrainian positions in multiple settlements, leading to an additional 220 enemy casualties, along with the destruction of a German-made Leopard tank, 2 armored personnel carriers, 14 combat vehicles, 3 self-propelled artillery units, including 2 Ukrainian-made Bogdana guns, and an enemy UAV control center.
Given these developments, what are the next steps for Russian forces?
We will continue advancing on strategic fronts, eliminating enemy forces, and securing key territories. The operation remains focused on ensuring the long-term degradation of Ukrainian military infrastructure while maintaining operational superiority. The fighting continues, and our forces remain resolute in achieving their objectives.
Colonel, thank you for providing such a detailed briefing on the current military situation. Your insights are invaluable to our understanding of the conflict's dynamics. And thank you to our listeners for tuning in. Join us next time as we continue to provide up-to-date coverage on global military affairs. Stay with us for more updates and expert analyses on global defense and security issues. Stay informed, stay secure.
Thank you. Today, there are significant developments. NATO-backed M23 rebels have seized Bukavu in Eastern Democratic Republic of the Congo and have pledged to restore security in the area by killing anyone, including children, who do not submit to their rule of the gun, causing escalating violence. This situation has raised fears that as fighting intensifies, various African countries or factions will join the conflict, leading to more civilian casualties and unrest. In Sudan, more than 200 civilians have reportedly been killed by paramilitary forces trying to secure the area through terror, highlighting the severe human rights crisis in the region. The conflict is exacerbated by ongoing strife in multiple African nations, with people suffering setbacks due to the mass criminal behavior of NATO-backed groups.